In this bulletin, Greater Nandi Lautoka area lockdown. Police officers mount checkpoints. And alleged murder trial continues.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
The Greater Nandi and Lautoka area have been in lockdown since 4 a.m. and police have imposed a 24-hour curfew. The area in lockdown starts from Momi Junction and Mulumula Post in the direction of Singatoka and to Nadilau, Wakambuli and Waiwai in the direction of Mba. This after a 53-year-old woman returned a positive COVID-19 result and was identified as a first-generation contact stemming from the border quarantine case announced yesterday. The Ministry of Health says the woman resides in Nandi and worked in a border quarantine facility and has a travel history to Nandi and Lautoka. The lockdown is to aid rapid contact tracing and reduce the likelihood of further transmission. Travel out of these areas has been halted by road, air and sea. Travel into the area will be permitted over the next 24 hours for Fijians who reside within the Greater Nandi and Lautoka area. The ministry reiterates that those allowed to enter the area must head straight home and will not be allowed to leave the lockdown area. We now join Koroi Tandulala live. Koroi, what have we learned so far about the possible steps the government will be taking next to ensure the safety of all Fijians?
Ateva, the Prime Minister is expected to hold a press conference this afternoon to provide more details on the lockdown that has been imposed on the Greater Nandi and Lautoka area. The Ministry of Health is also reiterating the need for Fijians to adhere to practice of good hand washing, strict physical distancing, and also wearing of masks in public spaces. Now, out of the Greater Nandi and Lautoka area, curfew remains between 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. Now, also the Ministry of Health has conducted an intensive contact tracing effort in which 69 people have been identified as first-generation contact and also 267 others have been identified as the second-generation contact. All these people have been taken into quarantine and are under monitoring by the Ministry of Health and its officials as well. Now, the Prime Minister giving his press conference this afternoon. People can also tune into the FBC News Facebook page where they can get all the information and the latest from Ateva.
Thank you, Koroi. The police officers in Nandi and Lautoka are on high alert as several checkpoints have been mounted at key junctions. The officers were patrolling the streets from this morning, informing the public about the lockdown measures and urging them to return home. Felipe Naikaso joins us live now from Lautoka. Felipe, what is the current situation in the Sugar City?
Ateva, Lautoka is a ghost town. There's hardly anybody around as people have gone home. The spot where I'm standing actually is a very busy place at any given day, but following the announcement earlier this morning, people have made their decision to go home. The only people that you can see around the town area of Lautoka is police, and they've also mounted a number of checkpoints to ensure that they monitor the movements of people in and out of the city, and also to let them know that the town area is closed. A number of businesses have been closed in Lautoka city from the morning, with some just closing a while ago with the help of police. It's the same story also for Nandi. When we were in Nandi, there were a number of businesses that were also still trying to close. There are a lot of police presence in Nandi town, and there were 16 people who may have not heard about the lockdown announcement at 4 a.m. Some were returning from home, returning from work back to home, while some of the school students were also advised by cops that they needed to return home because of the announcement made this morning. Also, just information that we just received a while ago is that schools around the country will be closed for 3 weeks, and this has been confirmed by the Minister of Education. Just reiterating is that schools in the next 3 weeks will be closed around the country, and the Minister for Education, Rosie Akbar, has just confirmed that.
Thank you, Felipe. Congo national Henry Lusaka's murder trial entered its second week today. Lusaka is charged with one count of murder for allegedly killing his Australian wife in July 2019. The alleged incident occurred at their rented home on Service Street in Suva. Detective Inspector Petero Loli took the stand in the High Court today. He testified they found the body on the floor of one of the bedrooms on July 23, 2019. The witness said the body was facing upwards with two $2 coins placed over the eyes. He said there were signs of struggle. There were bruises on the deceased's right fingers, upper body, and around her neck. The trial continues. The Social Democratic Liberal Party's secretariat is now putting together complaints and grievances received about the actions of various party members. General Secretary Leneta Sinduru says all complaints received will be presented during the Management Board meeting next month to decide the next course of action. He adds that the current disciplinary procedures in the party's constitution are very weak and they're working towards amending them before being endorsed at the board meeting.
The constitution demands that we comply to the sections of our constitution that cover the setup of our internal structures. And when the law and the traditional approaches do not agree, the law is to be seen to be held paramount. So we have to institute good governance.
Unity Fiji Party had a change in auditors, causing a delay in the submission of its audited accounts to the Fijian Elections Office. Last Monday, the Registrar of Political Parties, Mohammed Saneem, issued suspension letters to Unity Fiji, Freedom Alliance, Unity Fiji and Hope political parties due to their failure to comply with the Political Parties Act. All parties are required to submit audited accounts to the registrar within 3 months of the end of the financial year. None of the parties submitted their accounts that were due on March 31st, 2021. Party leader Sabinathan Narumbe says they submitted their audited accounts last Thursday and the suspension has been lifted. Freedom Alliance has also come out of suspension after submitting their financial reports on the same day. Meanwhile, the only party which remains suspended is Tupou Raunindalo's Hope Party. The impact of climate change on the ocean is affecting some licensed fishermen in Nosori. The fishermen, who spend most of their days at sea, claim due to warmer temperatures, they are unable to fish from several fishing grounds. Bisoon Dutt claims their daily catch has declined, affecting their livelihood.
Nowadays we're getting very less catch, not only in Rewa area, but almost in all of the fishing grounds, all over Fiji. All the fishermen are complaining about the quantity of the fish is less because of the climate change.
Up ahead, memorable goal for Lambasa Star and smart rugby key for Tailevu. Scoring the winning goal against Suva yesterday was a proud moment for Lambasa midfielder Akemiro Lulu. The 23-year-old scored his first goal for the Northerners since joining the team in 2018. Lulu says the goal was even more special knowing the team needed the win to go a level up on the points table.
I feel good. It was my first goal since I started playing for Lambasa. And it was a proud moment for me and my teammates.
Tailevu rugby coach Seremaya Bai believes the team needs to play smarter rugby. Bai says the loss to Northland on Saturday was disappointing, especially with a few players receiving cards for ill discipline. The former Flying Fijians ace goal kicker says there are a lot of areas the team needs to improve on.
Few areas is the knowledge around where you need to be on the field. I think that, the bigger bodies where we need to sift the ball. Probably the knowledge and we just want to play smart rugby.
Generally cloudy periods with some scattered showers are being experienced in the two major centres. There's a chance of more showers and thunderstorms by later in the afternoon. That's FBC News Now. Be sure to join us for the 1-hour major bulletin at 7 p.m. And don't forget, download the FBC app for the latest in news and sports, as well as live radio broadcasts of our 6 radio stations. Take care. Good afternoon.